like so. Right, so we're just gonna take a moment to ground down, get into the breath. And just check in with your bodies. You know, we are at the beginning of a semester. Things can feel a little chaotic. We are at the beginning of the year. So just take a moment to just check in with your body, see how things are going. And we'll take an inhale to the count of 4. And an exhale to the count of 4. And then let go of anything that your mind is on. Let go of anything that's going to take you away from this 1 hour. Let this be your hour to connect to your breath, your mind, your body. And know that when the class is over, you're able to pick up whatever it is that you set aside for this time. And then we'll take a nice inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Again, inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it go. As you inhale, come back to your tabletop position. So your shoulders will be on top of your wrists. Wrists will be parallel to the top of the mat, knees about hips distance apart. And then you'll press down into the ground, separating your shoulder blades, and then press your hands into the ground as if you're opening 2 jars of peanut butter. So we're like spiraling our thumbs outward just energetically, and that's going to help turn on the upper arm muscles. On your inhale, reach your right hand all the way up to the sky. On your exhale, we'll do what's called thread the needle. So you'll bring your arm between your knee and your hand, and then begin to lower your shoulder all the way to the ground. Nice, y'all. Beautiful. And then you have the option, if you want to spider crawl your left hand towards the top of your mat, you can. Or you can take your left hand and bring it behind your back for like a half bind. That's cool too. Yeah. So just see what feels good for you. Exactly, see. Yes. Beautiful. And then begin to slowly bring your left hand back underneath your shoulder. On your inhale, reach your right hand up high to the sky. On your exhale, come back down to your tabletop position. We'll repeat that on the left side. Inhale, left arm up high to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Thread your arm in between your knee and your hand. And again, you can spider crawl your right hand up to the sky, or up the top of your mat, or maybe bring it around for a half bind. I'm just gonna take a peek. Everyone looks great. Perfect. So you can relax your jaw and continue those long, steady inhales and nice, full exhales. And then begin to bring your right hand back down underneath your shoulder. On your inhale, reach your left hand high to the sky. And then exhale back to your tabletop position. Beautiful, y'all. We'll come into a little bit of movement here. Tuck your right toes underneath you, and then stretch your right leg along the mat.
Begin to bring your belly button to your spine to really engage your core. This will help with your balance. So you can stay here if you want to just work on balance, or if you want a little bit more of a balance, you can lift your right leg up. Another option is to stay here, or to add a little bit of movement. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, we'll bend our knee, bring our knee to our nose, and then dome our back. Beautiful. Inhale, extend our back, extend our leg, point our foot towards the back wall. Exhale, bring your knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, come back to tabletop. Sit your hips down. Child's pose, arms reach out long. Take a moment to check in with your body. How does it feel different? Right? We're just at the beginning of class. We've done one side. Notice how it feels. Knowing that you don't have to change anything. You don't have to have feelings good or bad, but we're just noticing. We're just being curious. Take a nice inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Inhale to tabletop. We'll come back into our cat-cow, knee to nose. So tuck your left toes underneath you. Stretch your left leg out long. And then again, we're balancing, so we want to press down. We want to have a nice strong root, nice strong core. Option to stay here, option to float your foot off the ground. Nice tall spine. Bring the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Bend your knee, dome your back, curl your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend. See if you can lengthen super long. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, stretching out like a rubber band. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Last time, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come back onto your tabletop. Child's pose. We'll take a short little break to check in. Noticing how these transitional spaces feel, right? These pauses. We just did something, we're about to do something else, and so right now we're sitting in between. And sometimes this in between could be hard to sit still, right? When we're anticipating something or we're thinking about what just happened. But can you just be here in this moment? And just sit and notice. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Inhale to tabletop. We'll come into our downward facing dog pose. Couple of options here. If you want to do it from your mat, you'll tuck your toes under and then sit your hips up and back as you press the floor away. Another option is to take the chair and to come into kind of like a little bit of a forward fold. It's the same action, right? It's just a different way to approach the pose, right? So our hands are still stretching out long, lengthening the hamstrings, sending the hips back. And then maybe you shake your head out, shake it yes, shake it no. Take an inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Take one more inhale. Go ahead and bend your knees and walk your hands to the back of the mat. So we're walking our hands to our feet. Yes, yes, beautiful. Toe heel your feet about hips distance apart. Bend your knees nice and deep. Grab opposite elbows and then let yourself hang. We call this ragdoll pose. Maybe sway from side to side. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Releasing any tension in the lower back. And again, just taking this time to connect with our body, noticing how it feels, right? Swaying from side to side. Coming into an upside down pose, looking at things from a new perspective. And sometimes looking at things from a new perspective can help us with those transitions. Take an inhale. Exhale, release our hands to the ground. Bend your knees nice and deep, and then we're going to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head is going to be the last thing to come up. Super, super, super slow. And then if you get a little dizzy, just keep your chin tucked until you feel, take a couple deep breaths, and then when you feel the dizziness has passed, then you can lift your head up high. Nice, y'all. Let's get some movement going. So feet can be whatever feels like a comfortable amount of distance. Well, it can be like underneath you, nice and wide, whatever feels good. Toes facing front, and then we're just gonna do like just kind of like torso rolls. So almost like you're one of those I don't even know what they're called, those things that you see at the car dealerships that are like blowing around, right? So can you just kind of flop around and move your body and go where your body feels like it wants to go, you know? And maybe if holding on one side feels good, or if you want to go a little bit lower. Yeah. It looks silly, but it does feel really good. Don't worry about, we're all here together, so it's just getting energy out of us. And then we'll do this for 3, 2, and 1, coming back to center. Sometimes it's good just to get some weird energy out, right? All right, so again, feet, hips distance, wide, whatever you're feeling. We're just gonna come into what I call a Jane Fonda side bend. So she was, I'm dating myself, but it's a workout, you know who I'm talking about? Yeah, in the 80s, where it was like, all you did was exercise videos at home. What are we doing at home? A bunch of exercise videos, right? So she was like the queen bee. So arms up, and then we'll take our right hand up, and then we'll just lean over to the side, stretching out everything from our side body. Beautiful. Yes. Awesome. And like, how many times do we ever stretch out like the side of our body? I can think of like never, unless I'm in yoga class. So it's just like a space that I feel like we forget. And then inhale back to center. Jane Fonda to the other side. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think of a new reference point. Who's like the queen bee of workout videos now? I don't even know. I feel like, yeah, everyone, literally everyone. And then come back to center, beautiful. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of like a half sun salutation. So with our feet together, or maybe slightly apart, we want it like kind of close-ish. If you have a sensitive lower back, maybe less slightly apart would be good. So we'll do what's called mountain pose. So as you inhale, we'll reach our hands up towards the sky. Palms are facing towards each other, pinkies face the front. Beautiful, y'all. Continue to breathe. And then, can you press down evenly into your feet? And then lift your kneecaps. And what that means is just kind of engage your quads. And if you don't know what I'm talking about and you're just here, that's okay too. Like, what does this feel like in your body? Right? Can you grow a little bit taller through your arms, through the crown of your head? Yes, beautiful. Take a nice inhale, fill all the spaces in your body. As you exhale, cactus your arms, open your heart, maybe gaze up for a little tiny back bend. We're opening up the front side of our body, right? From our computer sitting, watching Netflix, we want to open up the front side of our body. Inhale back to mountain. Nice, y'all. We'll come into a forward fold. So our prayer will come through our heart center. We bend our knees and then come slowly into a forward fold. Nice, y'all. Beautiful. Maybe, again, shake out your head yes, shake your head no. Flipping our perspective. And maybe contemplating, how can we flip our perspective on this week? On your next inhale, we'll come into a halfway lift. So we'll bring our fingertips to our shins. And I'll turn to the side for this so you can see. We don't want a rounded back. So in order to iron out the back, you want to soften your knees, point your tailbone towards the back wall, and then pull your shoulder blades together. So we have a nice tabletop. Yeah, so good, beautiful. And then gaze kind of just a few feet in front of your mat so we have a nice long back of the neck. Yeah, so gaze down just a hair. Yes, yes, beautiful. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we'll squat and curl. So plant your hands onto the ground, lift your heels, and then sit your hips down to your heels. Bring your chin to your chest. So this is kind of a pose where we turn inwards. If you want to challenge your balance, you can maybe lift one hand and then the other, or maybe both. And then we'll repeat that a little bit faster. Inhale, heels down, flat back brings you all the way to standing, all the way up to mountain pose. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers to shins. Exhale, we'll come into your squat and curl. We've got 3 breaths here. Inhale to mountain, we'll do that again. All the way up to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the knees nice and soft. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat and curl. We'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale, rise up. We'll come back up to mountain pose. And then exhale, inhale, we'll bring our hands to our heart and then down by our sides. Nice, y'all. Okay, chair pose. If we have a sensitive lower back, we'll want to keep our feet slightly apart. If not, we can do feet together, or you can do, I don't know, somewhere in between. Either way, toes face front. And then you're just gonna sit back as if you were about to sit into a chair. So weight is in the heels, chest is lifted. The more that we can get shoulders on top of hips, the better. But weight is in the heels. Arms can be at their heart center. If your shoulders are okay with it, maybe all the way up to the sky. Nice, y'all. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. And then we'll just add a little bit. Well, you can stay here, or you can just add a little bit of movement by bouncing up and down. And then going back to that, noticing what it does to your body, like what muscles are turned on by just bouncing up and down. What does that do to your balance? Beautiful. We'll go for 3, 2, and 1. We'll come all the way up onto our tippy toes for a little bit of a balance. Nice, y'all. Take an inhale. Exhale to chair pose. And then option to stay here, option to come into what's called diver's pose. So diver's pose, we bring our hands by our side, and then we lift our heels, and then begin to lean forward as if we're diving. And this one's a kind of fun one, but it can be challenging. And that's okay, right? Take an inhale, come back to your chair. Beautiful. And then stand. Go ahead and shake it out. These balancing poses, they can be fun, they can be frustrating, they can be hard, they can bring up all sorts of feelings, and that's okay. That's okay. It's all welcome, and it's not about did I do it, did I not do it? It's about, okay, what am I learning about myself, right? When I fell down, like, what did I do afterwards? Did I get back up? Did I shake it off? Or did I beat myself up? So that's just kind of what the process of yoga is. It's not about, I'm gonna nail this pose and like, you know, be awesome. It's about, you know, how am I connecting to my body? What am I learning about myself? So that's the whole thing. And it's a beautiful thing to be, or a beautiful place to be. Okay, warrior 2. So I always have to take off my socks for this one. I'll give a couple of variations. So warrior 2, we want to separate our feet about, you know, where our wrists are, and then you'll turn your right, I'm mirroring you, so you'll turn your right foot towards me, and then you'll sink down. So there's your warrior 2. Beautiful, yes. And then let's have everyone face this way. So, yes, exactly, yes, beautiful, yep, and then face towards me. Flip around, flip, yes, beautiful.
Okay.
Yes, exactly, awesome. Another variation can be, just for those who are gonna watch the replay or who are watching at home, we have the variation in the chair, putting the chair underneath us for support. Beautiful, y'all. So with your warrior 2, you're gazing towards your middle finger, and then pressing down into the ground like you're trying to slide the mat apart. And then we'll do like a couple of poses and then a flow. Make sure I know what's going on here. On your inhale, we'll reverse this. So flip your front palm, reach it up towards the sky. Again, opening up our side body. Nice, y'all got this. Beautiful. Inhale. into what's called flying warrior, which is basically you'll take your front foot, make it parallel, reach your hands up to the sky. Exactly, and you can gaze up at your prayer. Beautiful. Yes. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two to the back of the mat. So your left toes are going to face the back wall. Exactly, Jody. Yes. Open up your arms. Yes, you got it. And then soft bend in your left knee. Yes. Beautiful. And then take a look down at your knee. We want it tracking over our middle toe. So if it's over your big toe, can you open it up just a hair? Yeah. Nice adjustments, y'all. Inhale, reverse, flip your front palm, reach it up towards the sky. Nice. Breathing into the side body, getting to all those nooks and crannies that need some love. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to flying warrior. We'll come up to our star pose. Exhale, warrior two, front of the mat. We'll do this a little bit faster. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flying warrior. Exhale, warrior two to the back. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flying warrior. Exhale, warrior two to the front. One more time, each side. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flying warrior. Exhale, warrior two to the back. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flying warrior. And then relax your hands down by your side. Nice, y'all. Shake it out. I don't know if your shoulders are sore, but that's good. And those are like some small movements like, you know, you can do in between class, like warrior two, boom, boom. Okay, right? Like, I gotta take a test. Let me just like get some energy out, right? Okay. All right, back to warrior two. Adding on. We'll come into our extended side angle. We'll bring our elbow to our thigh. Hand can come up towards the sky, or you can drop it over your head. For those that have the chair, want to use the chair, you'll just place one hand onto the chair, reach your hand up to the sky. Nice, y'all. Beautiful. Awesome. And then if your arm is up overhead, can you reach it so you're making a nice straight line from your left heel all the way up towards your fingertips? Yes, good adjustments, y'all. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, warrior two, back of the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Elbow to thigh. Right arm either up towards the sky or drop it over your head, reaching through your fingertips. Nice, y'all. So good. Coming back to the breath. Long inhales. Soft exhales. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, come back to center. We'll come into a wide leg forward fold next. I'll show you what it is and then I'll offer some variations. So feet are nice and wide, hence the name wide leg forward fold. And from here, we can place our arms out to the side, or if you want hips for a little bit of stability, You'll inhale, lift slightly, and as you exhale, we come into our forward fold through a flat back, and then bring our hands to the ground, to your ankles. If you want the chair variation, you know, we can just relax onto the chair or come down and place our forehead onto the chair. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. If you want to come into a little bit more of a ragdoll pose, yeah, awesome, y'all. Feel free to explore some movement. If you want to shift your weight onto your the balls of your feet or the heels of your feet, or maybe bend one knee and then the other, right? Exploring what transition feels like as we flip our perspective. And then coming back to center. Placing our hands actually underneath our shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, this time everyone brings their hands to their hips. And on your inhale, press down into your feet to rise all the way up. Beautiful, yes. So good. Okay. From here, we're gonna do a little bit of core, but stay exactly where you're at. Let's do this. Let's have our left hand behind our head, our right arm down by our side. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. You're gonna lean over to the right. If you want the stretch, you have the option to stay here. If you want a little bit of core, we're gonna come back up and then down. Back up and then down. And every time you come back up, you're engaging your core muscles, our stabilizers, and bringing our belly button to our spine as if there's somebody pulling a string, like one of those old-fashioned dolls that used to talk. We'll do it one more time. And then we'll meet back in standing wherever you're at. And then just take a moment, close your eyes, and just notice the difference on each side. What does that feel like? We don't have to be attached to always feeling good. If it didn't feel good, it's okay. What are you gonna do different on this side so it does feel good? And sometimes a little discomfort is okay. As long as the discomfort isn't turning into something that is painful, right? So we'll inhale, right arm behind head, and then left arm down by side, and we'll come into our side bend, or we'll come into that lift and lower, right? And then as long as we can anchor our feet into the ground, that can help stabilize the core muscles. Nice, y'all. The movement can be awkward, but it's just about exploring, right? And it's being okay with the awkwardness. And then we'll do one more. And come back to center. Nice, y'all. All right, so some standing cat-cows. Perfect, okay. So some standing cat-cows. Place your arms out to the side and open up your chest. So like you're trying to like, I don't know, like you just won a race and you're crossing the finish line. Yeah, beautiful. And then take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, you're gonna bring your hands into your chest and then push everything away. You're gonna make the letter C with your upper body, or with your, from your hands all the way to your knees. So we're bringing our belly button in, bringing our shoulders forward, tucking our chin to our chest. Yes, beautiful. Inhale, open everything up. Exhale to cat. Inhale, open everything up. Exhale to cat. Nice, y'all. Again, inhale, open everything up. Exhale to cat. And then option to continue with your cat-cows, or maybe going back to that weird torso movement. If you want to do a little bit of like your hip-hop abs, we'll come into our cat pose and we'll just do small little pulses right here as we fire up the belly. Nice. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and open everything up. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. Tree pose. Option to grab a chair if you want one. And our tree pose, y'all can face the front if you wanted to. We'll bring, if you have the chair, you can use it just for support. We'll start with our right foot. You can place your heel onto your ankle. Hands can be on your hips. They can be at heart center. You can slide your foot up into your calf, but we're pressing down and we're growing through the crown of our head, engaging our abdominals that we just worked to help, right? We have to be rooted, we have to be stable, and then we continue to grow up towards the sky, just like a tree. Nice, y'all. Beautiful. Beautiful. Extra challenge if you close your eyes for a moment. It's hard to take away a sense, but it's okay. And then come down, shake it out. Know that it's okay to wibble wobble, because that means we're taking a risk, right? All right, other side. So find something that's not moving on the wall behind you. So find your gazing point. We call that your drishti. And then really root down into the ground with your right foot. Place your left foot. So again, hands at heart center or hands on hips. And maybe we come up into our calf. Nice, y'all. Find your gazing point. Every time you feel like you're wibbly wobbly, can you press down to rise up just a little bit taller? Yes, so good. And then maybe close your eyes for a second. Know what that feels like. It's crazy how that can throw off your balance. And then come down when you're ready, shake it out. And again, it's not about the pose, it's about what we're learning about ourselves. What are we learning about ourselves? Okay. We have a couple more standing poses and then we'll be down for the count. So we'll come into our crescent lunge. So right foot at the top of the mat, and then slide your left foot behind you. So you're like in a high lunge. Perfect, yes. And then switch out your feet. Oh yeah, there you go. Yes, your other right. And then come up high on the ball of your back foot. And then hands can be at your hips if that feels better for stabilization. Or if you want to bring them up high, that's okay too. Nice. So as we inhale, and then we'll exhale, we'll do a T-twist or just an elbow twist over towards the right. So right elbow behind, left elbow in front, or right arm behind, left arm in front. Inhale, come back through the center. Exhale, reverse that. So left behind, right in front. You've got it. Beautiful, beautiful. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right behind, left in front. One more time to the left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, left behind, right in front. Inhale, back to center. Beautiful. And then we will take a small step. We'll go into our pyramid pose. So feet are planted. Feet can be as wide as you want them to be. We don't want to be like on a railroad track. You can use your chair if you want to, but it's basically just kind of a forward fold with this pyramid shape. So our feet are grounded. Our hands are on either side of our top foot. If you do have a chair, sometimes it's nice to place a forehead on top of it or come into like a halfway lift. Y'all look good. Yes, and our front knee can be bent as much as it needs to be, or as much as that feels good for you. Take an inhale. As you exhale, step to the top of the mat, shake it out, let it go, and then slowly roll up. Nice job, y'all. We'll do the other side. So coming into left leg front, right foot behind. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then maybe hands at hips or up towards the sky. We'll take an inhale. As you exhale, left behind, right in front. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, right behind, left in front. Yeah. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, right behind, left in front. Inhale, back through center. Last time, right behind, left in front. Inhale, back through center. And then we'll take a few steps forward with our back foot, and then come into our pyramid pose by coming into a forward fold. Again, toes are facing the front of the room, heels are grounded. Left knee is bent as much as you want or need it to be. And then letting your head hang nice and heavy. Coming back to the idea of flipping perspectives. I heard a quote that perspectives are like batteries. We have a positive side, we have a negative side. Both can charge us, but we need to change them often to stay energized. Take an inhale. Exhale, step to the top of the mat and fold. Then slowly roll up. Nice job, y'all. We'll start with the rest of our class down on the ground. So find your way down onto your mat. And let's bring our feet out in front of us. So separate them about the width of your mat. Tuck your, what is this, your right foot in, left leg out long. Nice, y'all. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky. As you exhale, turn your body towards your leg and come into a forward fold. If you have a chair, you can place your head on the chair for support. Nice. If you're at home and you do this at home, a pillow is sometimes nice. Inhale, come Reach nice and high. Exhale, turn your body towards your leg, and then begin to forward fold. Letting go of any expectations. Savoring these last moments of class, letting this still be your time. Inhale and rise. And then we'll slowly lower ourselves all the way down to the ground. So your feet can face front, and then you'll just lower one vertebrae at a time. All the way to the ground. Nice, y'all. We'll do bridge pose next. So separate your feet about hips distance. Your heels are going to be close to your hips, hands down by your hips. As you inhale, you're going to press down into your heels, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, and then hold it here. Press down into the ground so you can engage your glutes and your hamstrings. If you want to rock and roll and tuck your shoulder blades underneath you, you can grab the outer edges of the mat to help you lift a little bit higher. We'll take an inhale, and then exhale, slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and windshield wiper your knees back and forth. When you get over to the right side, let your knees kind of hang out there. Maybe bring your arms into a cactus or a T. Maybe gaze over your left shoulder for this very easy supported twist. And of course, you can always adjust yourself to something else that feels more comfortable. Relaxing the jaw. Inhale your knees back to center. Begin to windshield wiper them back and forth again. And then when you're ready, dropping them over onto the left side, letting them kind of hang, and then maybe gazing over onto the right. Come into your ball pose by bringing your knees to your chest, wrapping your arms around your shins, and bringing your forehead to your knees. Take an inhale. As you exhale, release everything to the ground for the last pose of the class, your Shavasana, your much deserved and needed rest. For those who want to, you can place your feet into astronaut's pose with your chair. And then I will just guide us into a box breathing exercise. So we will inhale to the count of 4. Hold for the count of 4. And then exhale to the count of 4. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold for the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. Again, inhale to the count of 4. Hold for the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. Go ahead and continue this breath at your own pace. And when you feel like you've had enough, you can go back to your regular breathing. some time and guide you out of this pose when it is time. Already, go ahead and come back to your regular breathing patterns. Before we transition out of this pose, take a moment to just scan your body. How does it feel different? What has shifted? Is there anything that you're going to leave on the mat? Is there anything that you're going to take with you? Take a nice inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Go ahead and bring some movement in your fingers and toes. Rock your head from side to side. Maybe do a long body stretch. And then option to stay on your back or option to roll over onto your left side and curl up into a ball. Using your arm as a pillow. Using this as your transition back out of the class, but taking with you everything that you received from it. And go ahead and with the strength of your hands, begin to press yourself up into a comfortable sitting position with your hands at heart center, your eyes soft or closed. Gesture of prayer at heart center is to show respect, to humble oneself, to surrender to the greatness of life. And then we'll seal our class as a collected community with a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it go.
Thank you.
If you have any questions about CRC or yoga or nutrition, let us know. I'll grab the iPad and bring it out front if you wouldn't mind just doing your survey before you leave. But thanks for coming. We hope